that they failed the oath on which they took to wear that black gown and sit behind the flag to interpret the laws of our country. They want to blame politicians. I don't blame those politicians. If you're the judge, don't have the guts and the balls, then you don't deserve to wear that black gown.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining our very, very unique program today with Minister Samuka.
The entire life of the village is probably $1,000. You give them $1 million, they're all scared. You say, where the man getting money from? So there's no touch. They don't feel you as a person who's representing their interests. You're only using the material gains. So there's a total disconnect between you and
the thing you see on this building today, the thing what you say 1970. For the very days who were founded 1970 or 20, 55 years ago. That is the thing that on the building.
Yo, education is our right, not a privilege. Yo.
You cannot have a Bwaga Joe or Joe Bwaga who built a private mansion in Foya that worth 10.5 million. Then you have the State Royal University of Labrador. We meet the problem. And that is the question we should be asking ourselves. Every time we boast of the resources of this country, and Labrador got gold, got diamond, got iron ore, and you can name the rest. And where is the State Royal University? Where is the State Royal University? How much do you think it will cost the University of Labrador to renovate the both campuses? The medical school, the federal campus, the capital campus, and the senior campus. How much do you think will cost national government? But Mr. Bwaga is using 10.5 million to build private home in Foya District, Lofa County. That is an affront to the student masses. That is an affront to the militants of the Student Unification Party.
So, yeah, emphasis about the painter or government ministry neglected the University of Liberia. Yo.
Somebody may ask, the militant of soup should be telling all where they took the money from to buy paint to paint the graduate school. We told every militant of the Student Unification Party to bring $5 coin. That is why we said in 90 days we will paint.
Of a being Lofioti, so they have come to.
And that is why George fucking club, rocket ball, they don't do. And that is why Joe Bwaga, the two old Bible president, refused to do, so the Banga party about to do it for them.
Yeah! That's my little pop! That's my little pop! That's my little pop! That's my little pop! Oh, little party!
The thing you see on this building today, the thing what you say 1970. For the very days who were founded 1970 or 20, 55 years ago. That is the thing that on the building.
Yo, education is our right, not a privilege. Yo.
You cannot have a Bwaga Joe or Joe Bwaga who built a private mansion in Foya that worth 10.5 million. Then you have the State Royal University of Labrador. We meet the problem. And that is the question we should be asking ourselves. Every time we boast of the resources of this country, and Labrador got gold, got diamond, got iron ore, and you can name the rest. And where is the State Royal University? Where is the State Royal University? How much do you think it will cost the University of Labrador to renovate the both campuses? the medical school, the federal campus, the capital A campus, and the senior campus. How much do you think will cost national government? But Mr. Bwaga is using 10.5 million to build private home in Foya District, Lofa County. That is an affront to the student masses. That is an affront to the militants of the Student Unification Party.
So,
Yo, yeah, and first of all, the painter all government ministry neglected the University of Liberia. Yo.
Somebody may ask, the militant of soup should be telling all why they took the money from to buy paint to paint the graduate school. We told every militant of the Student Unification Party to bring $5 coin. That is why we said in 90 days we will paint.
Okay, pleasant. Good morning. Just wherever you are this beautiful Monday morning. It is a pleasure to be here once more with another edition of the Today Show right here on Spoon 107.5. And of course, my name is Yekezi Zwobel. Here with yet another fascinating edition of the program. Today happens to be the 12th day of the month of January, AD 2026. A new year, and of course, a new beginning. Welcome to it, and let's have a wonderful time together. On behalf of the entire production team here, I'm Yekezi, and I hope to be joined by Sylvester Wowi. Together we drive you through until later. A lot happening in the country today, you know. Today the House of Representatives is poised to make history as is expected to convene its third section at the historic Providence Baptist Church, marking a powerful return to the nation's foundational values and democratic roots. A statement from the Facebook page of the Honorable House of Representatives says, so today, the third quarter of the House of Representatives opens, but at the Providence Baptist Church, no more at the legislative premises. You know, since the arson attack, that destroyed the main chamber of the House of Representatives, they've been having section outside that chamber. In that chamber, my understanding is under construction. And once construction works are done, the lawmakers will return. But as of yet, they open the third quarter at the Providence Baptist Church today, and we'll be there to bring you full coverage about that. So I'd like to welcome you. Let's have a wonderful time together. Those of you watching us, welcome. Let's say good morning and welcome. And welcome to Marcus Buama. Marcus will be having a wonderful time. Testimony, Ebony Doga, it's been a while. Testimony, will be having a wonderful time. Thanks for joining the show. Jamel Pia, watching from Randa and Water Street. Thanks for following the show this morning. Senator Coolio Simeon, thanks for following the show this morning. And also this morning, folks, on the flip side of 9 o'clock, we play host to the most beautiful girl in Liberia. Oh, yes. You know, just last week, the most beautiful girl in Liberia 2025 edition was held. And so the winner will be sitting on the show here this morning, serving as our guest. What led to her win, what's her motivation, and everything. Should be here on the flip side of 9 o'clock as our guest. But just before that, we cut across Liberia to know what's happening in the various counties, in Nimba County, in Grand Bassa County, in Bone County. We all do know that the 2025-2026 County Sport Meet is on the go. Sylvester will be here to give us details about that in the soonest possible time. So, folks, that's it. Let's have a wonderful time together. Quickly, let's try to cut across Liberia to speak with some of our correspondents this morning, beginning with Nimba County, where Victor Cooper corresponds for us to know what's happening in that part of the country. This pleasant Monday morning, we are trying to get on Victor to tell us what's unfolding in Nimba County. Victor has been on tour with District Number 5 Representative Kwagru. Yeah, that's the name, Koto Kwagru. So he's now on the line to give us more information about that tour. Victor, good morning and welcome.
Yeah, guys, good morning.
How are you, Victor?
Thank God, bro. Good morning to the Spoon family. Good morning to everyone following this morning. It's my pleasure being on the show after 1 week being away from the show. So thank you this morning for joining me. I'm doing good in Ganta, Nimba County.
Okay, welcome back from District Number 5. How was the tour? And tell us what the tour was meant for.
So we embarked on the tour since Monday, which was the 5th of December, with Representative Koto Kwagru, who is the representative of the district. He has gone to appreciate his people after the election, August 12, 2025, the by-election, where he emerged victorious. So he went back to appreciate his people, visiting over 57 towns and villages in the district. So it was the purpose of him going in the district. So while there, he was able to distribute over 35 motorbikes on his citizens, constituents, appreciating them for their efforts in the district, followed by curing cow in his own hometown by appreciating the people too as well, and promising 2 million developments in the district.
Okay, so when you talk about 2 million developments promised, what are some of those developments he did promise the people of District Number 5, Nimba County? And another concern is that the by-election was since August last year, okay? And he's just going back to the people to appreciate them. That's been a very long period. What has he been doing? What did he say he's been doing? Has he been so engaged to go back to the people to appreciate them?
So in some of his messages, the issue of going back to appreciate people comes with the mindset where you take your time to go back with appreciation, because when election is over, there are too many grievances in the district. People go with different perceptions. So on the perception, you as a lawmaker, you have to have time to go back to your people. Election usually thing where you got almost 10 to 14% contested with you, some of them might be angry. They have too many perceptions that they might be living in the district with. So that will take you 4 months. We go from August to December, that's somewhere around 4 months. So that will take you 4 months. So on the other side, other people might feel like it was so long, but then other people feel it is not long because some people even won election. They are not even going back to appreciate, like the senator, right? They are not going back with appreciation. Senator Koga, since the election where he won a senator, they are not going back with appreciation. There are too many of them. Even Senator Yanti Tuayen, since last year, they are not going back with appreciation. There are a lot of them. So for him, not just 4 more. I think in my mind, it is timely. But then, according to development sector in the district, while on the process, he also embark on too many road connectivities. He carry along with yellow machine, where the machine begin Blue to Butu. Blue to Butu have been one of the challenge for the people in the district. He feel it is an international road connecting with Africos. So when that place open, people have access to their crops to the market. So he also went along with yellow machine to create a road from Glory to Butu. Because if you're coming from district number 7 to enter district 5, that place is also connected. But then from Glory to Butu, it's not connected. So the machine is there right now to speed. The grading process has started, and everyone is also appreciating the work in the district. In terms of promising of development, he also spoke of market hall in the place, clinic, employment of other young people, issue of education were also prioritized in his messages. Those places with bags. So in distribution of the motorbike, he gave about 15 pieces to the cyclists where they will run it for themselves to empower themselves in the district. So they will run it by and pay the money to themselves to empower other young people with the motorbike. So if you run it by, you pay for your own, another person come and take another one to run it and pay for other person own. And that's how it been run. And the rest of the motorbike will distributed on his supporters, chief and elders, and parliamentary, township commissioners. These are people that benefited the motorbike in the district so far.
Okay. All right. And so far, so good. Besides the distribution of the motorbike, I heard about the killing of cow there as well. Is that information confirmed?
Yes, sure, he confirmed. He killed a cow in his hometown. He here from a town called Chiaple Beyale. I think it is the very last time to Africa. From my observation, it might be the very last time to Nimba and Africos.
Okay.
You can stand there and see the Kapala River right there.
So
what, hear from there.
What is the impression of his people about him? He's been at the House of Representatives for about let's say 4 months. What do his people make of him in terms of representation, in terms of oversight, in terms of lawmaking? What do his people make of him as a new lawmakers? Because in the district there were a lot of people, especially his opponents, who felt that he couldn't be he couldn't make a good representative, he couldn't make a good lawmaker. But he's been there for a couple of months. He's been participating in section activities. What do the people make of him so far?
So some of the elders around the place were speaking of their surprise on the lawmaker because many people feel he was so young, he took someone to deliver the district. But coming back to giving caveat to the young people to respect the elders, because he focused on people should respect the elders in the place, because the elders are the stronghold of every growing country. So anyone who does respect elders in his administration want to find it very difficult with him. So the reception was very hot and people appreciated him. Everyone came out to welcome him. More especially they were in one of his opposition hometown, Florley, where Boris Balier ran up here. People not expect the kind of maternal over there was very huge. Everyone in Florida came out in the numbers to welcome him. From the joining of the road all the way to the town, everyone came out to welcome him. People appreciated him. People have been following his delivery in the house since he took over. They have been following his observation, how he speaks in the house. They have been referring to him as the younger lawmaker, which of course, Edemasi is a younger lawmaker. So he continues to say, no, I'm not a younger. Edemasi is a younger. I'm wearing Edemasi, but I'm pushing what I promised the people. So according to him, he is pushing what he promised the people. So it is not a surprise. He already came up in leadership ability, so he's going to deliver the people to the best. So he just got 3 years So within the 2 years, everyone expects him to make a difference so that maybe by 2029, he will improve and go higher in this.
So, I mean, that, according to you, was just an appreciation program. Has it since then been able to go back to reconcile the district? Because, like you rightly said, after elections, there are mixed feelings. Has he been able to go back or reach out to his rival and others who contested the seat alongside him, to reach out to them, to tell them that this is over, let's just get together, let's unite to push our district forward? Has he been able to do that besides the appreciation?
For the lawmaker himself, he hasn't done that since he took over. But then the last time he left Monrovia and united the women in the district, where he brought over 2,000 pieces of lapper, distributed on them there to come together and have only one union, because before then they were divided. So it's now under one umbrella how to do with the district 5, the Booyah VIP women. So according to him, one of his speeches, he said there is a plan for all of these lawmakers to come together to sit with him, to have a reconciliation, and everyone will come together. But according to him, it will be this year, early this year, maybe by next month or March, he might be calling for a get-together with the contestants, those of whom contested with him. They will all be coming together. But in one of his speeches here, where he spoke on the radio, said, with everything he said, he had a problem with a lady who contested against him, one Mandy. One person, she's one person that you will not really take to consideration, more especially when it comes to reconciliation in the district, because according to him, he received serious embarrassment from this lady after the election. The lady went after him with 10 votes, she came with 10 votes, 20 votes. So after the 20 votes, she took him to court. And so he spent a lot, he went into a lot of expenses, it delayed him. He spent almost 2 months in the court, and it brought step back to his leadership. So one thing where he said, you find it difficult in forgiving the daily, but on the overall, she also hear from Booyah.
Okay.
She recognized and realized that she is a citizen for the district. They are
Thank
going
you
to reconcile and work together.
Thank you very much, Victor. It's been a pleasure having you on this morning. Have yourself a wonderful day.
Sure, bro. And I'm back. We're going to pick up something from this soon.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so folks, that's it. Today's show is 2 minutes up until 9 o'clock, and like I told you, on the flip side of 9, we play host to the most beautiful girl in Liberia currently. But let's just welcome Sylvester Wowi to the show. Sylvester, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Yakazid. Let me say good morning to our many listeners as well.
Okay, just take us through in the passion of live sports. A lot of sporting activities, especially in the county sports meet, went on last week. You want to bring us up to speed with some of the results and the next fixtures?
Yeah, Josie, the final rounds of matches in the quarterfinals was here on yesterday, with Grand Bassa going down 2-1 to Mosseraro County in the late evening match. Earlier on the day, there was a controversial match between Mankibi County and that of Grand Cru, which of course ended scoreless. A soccer match that remained one of the historic events in this country. That's something that caught the attention of many sporting fans, some of whom came as far as the United States of America to watch a national county sports meet. Match fixing is becoming a problem in this country. And yesterday, Grand Bassa County did file a complaint to the organizer of the national county sports meet, alerting exactly what unfolded yesterday during the match between Mankibi County and Grand Cru County.
So what exactly unfolded?
Where the two teams play as if they had gone for exhibition. I mean, you had an entire match where there was no cut shown. I mean, you have no.
But is it impossible to have an entire match where you had no cut shown?
Opponents avoiding each other's, on the pitch, and I mean, where you couldn't see a player of Grand Cru encountering, a player from that of Mankibi County. In fact, I don't think there was a single foul in the entire match. So that's just how you had the two teams avoided contact with each other. So, I mean, Grand Bassa County already filed a complaint. And I did forward that complaint to you. So we are waiting on the organizers to come up with funding from the complaint filed by Grand Bassa County. So the semi-final rounds will begin on Wednesday of this week, where the 4 remaining counties, that of Grand Crew County, Margibi County from Group B, and of course Nimba County and Grand Cape Mount County from Group A, will meet. Nimba County, according to the fixture released by the Ministry of Youth and Sports, will go against Grand Crew County, while Grand Cape Mount County face Margibi County.
Okay, and that's all for the Passion of Life Sports, folks. It's 1 minute on the flip side of 9 o'clock. That's the initial time checked from what I said and talked to you. So we have to take a very, very short break. When we come back, we play host to our guest, the most beautiful girl in Liberia. But just before we leave, let's say good morning to all of you watching. Double St. Town is watching from Banner's Farm, New Israel community. Alex Dodd is watching this morning. Alex, thanks for following the show. Prince Khalid is also watching. Kamo Mafatuma Sharif is watching. Philip Bala is watching the show. Good morning to all of you watching the show this morning. We will take this short break. When we come back, we play host to our guests.
And I know they can't wait to see the face of the most beautiful girl.
Surely. Okay, so let's take this break to be back. We'll leave you with this.
We expose the hidden truth the powerful don't want you to see. This is insane. On January 3rd, 2026, the world woke up to something you only see in movies. United States Special Forces literally raided a country's capital, and their target was the president. The White House is telling everyone that in a mission called Absolute Resolve, they captured Nicolas Maduro, the president of Venezuela. They flew him all the way to New York, and now he's facing some of the most serious criminal charges imaginable. The US government is accusing Maduro of being a narco-terrorist, saying he and his government ran a massive scheme for decades to flood the United States with cocaine. They say his entire country was basically run by a giant criminal gang. If you found this useful, like, share, and comment respectfully with your perspective. Subscribe IPOB Rapture Media for more clear, fact-led explainers. But what if I told you that story is only the beginning? What if this web of crime goes thousands of miles further, connecting South American drug lords to the most powerful people in Africa? For months, we've been following a secret trail of money that leads to one of Africa's richest and most mysterious men, a Nigerian billionaire oil tycoon named Prince Arthur Ease. This isn't just about one guy, this is about a secret system of global corruption. It's about how completely legal businesses can be the perfect cover for the most dangerous criminals on earth. We're asking a crazy question. What happens when a multi-billion-dollar oil company gets into business with a president who is also a drug lord? And what if all the clues were right in front of us the whole time? You see the boring news headlines every day. An oil deal is signed, a politician flies to another country, but we found something absolutely insane hiding behind the handshakes. We're told that President Maduro ran a drug cartel from his own palace. We're told that West Africa is a superhighway for cocaine going into Europe. And we know that a Nigerian billionaire with insane connections was making deals inside Maduro's Venezuela. By themselves, they're just stories. But when you put them all together, you get a question so huge that some of the world's most powerful people would do anything to stop you from asking it. This is the hidden truth they don't want you to see. The narco state. To understand how crazy this gets, you first need to know what Venezuela had become under this guy, Maduro. This wasn't just a government that was a little corrupt. According to the US Department of Justice, the government was the cartel. The original charges from 2020, which just got way more serious now that he's captured, accused Maduro and more than a dozen of his top guys of working with terrorists and drug traffickers for over 20 years. One US attorney said that Maduro literally deployed cocaine as a weapon. Prosecutors say that under Maduro's rule, Venezuela became a 5-star resort for international drug traffickers. Cocaine from Colombia would be moved into Venezuela, then shipped out to the US and Europe. The government doesn't see this as a small side job. They say it was the main way they held on to power, funding their crazy lifestyle and attacking their enemies with drugs. So when US soldiers grabbed Maduro on January 3rd, 2026, they didn't just arrest a president, they believe they took down the CEO of a hostile drug-running country. Today he's sitting in a jail cell in New York saying he's not guilty and that he's a prisoner of war. But the evidence the government has points to a country that was rotten from the inside out, where the entire government was allegedly turned into a machine to make a few criminals rich from drug money. The enigmatic billionaire. Now, we fly across the entire planet to Nigeria to find the next piece of this puzzle. This is where we meet Prince Arthur Ease. This guy was born into a royal family, and he founded Africa's largest private oil company, Atlas Aranto Petroleum. His net worth is estimated at a mind-blowing $5.8 billion, though Forbes hasn't officially confirmed it. The guy is unbelievably rich and powerful, with his own fleet of private jets, and he gives away millions to politicians and charities. Ease became a billionaire by going to the riskiest places on Earth. His signature move is to buy the rights to explore for oil in politically messy countries that big Western companies are too scared to touch. Atlas Aranto has deals in at least 11 different countries, from Equatorial Guinea to Uganda. His whole business is built on making deals in sketchy places, and one of those sketchy places was, you guessed it, Venezuela. As part of a huge global expansion, Atlas Aranto went into business there. On one hand, it's a classic move for Ease, but on the other hand, it's a massive red flag. Why would a legit billionaire with a hugely successful company choose to partner with a regime that the US had already sanctioned and publicly called a narco-state? It makes no sense, the suspicious intersection. And this is where it gets completely insane. In August 2024, it was reported that Arthur Ease's company signed a deal with Venezuela's government-owned oil company to develop 2 massive natural gas fields. The signing ceremony was a huge deal. Prince Ease and President Maduro were both there, shaking hands. On the surface, it looked like a normal business deal. As he said, Africa was ready to invest in Venezuela, and Maduro celebrated the joining of forces. But you have to remember the context. Nigeria's oil industry has had massive corruption problems for decades. Reports have shown how billions of dollars can just disappear into secret deals. It's a world where you can't tell where business ends and politics begins. At the exact same time, police all over the world have pointed to West Africa, and especially Nigeria, as the main transit point for South American cocaine going to Europe. There's even a name for the route, Highway 10, a well-known path for drug smugglers. Drug cartels from South America depend on gangs in West Africa to move their stuff. Do you see what's happening? The situation is just chilling. You have a dictator whose government is accused of being a cocaine cartel. You have a billionaire from a country that is a superhighway for drugs, and his entire career is about working in risky, corrupt places. And you have them shaking hands on an oil and gas deal, an industry that is famous all over the world as a great way to launder money. A web of circumstantial evidence. Okay, I have to be 100% honest with you guys. We haven't found a secret ledger or a smoking gun email that proves Arthur Ease's oil business was moving cocaine. When you're dealing with this level of money and power, that kind of proof is basically impossible to find. But what we do have is a pattern of evidence so disturbing it's hard to ignore. First, the motive. Cartels have $1 billion problem. All their cash is dirty. They need to clean it. And the oil and gas industry, with its billions of dollars flowing between countries, is like a giant washing machine for dirty money. It's the perfect way to move huge amounts of cash and make it look like a legal investment. Second, the method. A deal like the one between Atlas Aranto and Venezuela means billions of dollars are moving around for equipment and construction. In a country where the government is the cartel, it becomes super easy to hide drug money in those legal payments. Fake bills, fake contractors, charging way too much for things is money laundering 101. Third, the logistics. How do you actually move the cocaine? Well, the exact same giant shipping routes used for oil equipment and the oil itself can be used to hide drugs. Traffickers have been using commercial ships for cover for decades. And when your business partner is a government that controls its own ports and its own navy, security checks basically disappear. We spoke to anti-corruption experts and former spies, and they all said the same thing. On paper, it's an energy deal, but it has all the signs of being something else. It provides the perfect cover story for ships, money and people to move between a continent that produces cocaine and a region that ships it. So, what is the hidden truth? It's not just one thing. It's the terrifying realization that the global systems we all use every day are shockingly easy for criminals to take over. Here's what we know 100%. Nicolas Maduro, the captured president of Venezuela, is accused by the US government of running a drug trafficking empire. Prince Arthur Ease, a Nigerian billionaire, runs a massive oil company and signed a deal to work in Maduro's Venezuela. The oil industry is a hotspot for laundering money, and West Africa is a superhighway for cocaine. We haven't proven this one specific deal was a front for drug trafficking, but
Okay, the pleasant welcome back. This is the Today Show right here on Spoon 107.5. It's 12 minutes on the flip side of 9 o'clock. And of course, at about this time, like we announced, that we're going to be playing host to the most beautiful girl in Liberia right now. And she is with us here in studio. And also, we have with us the organizer of this competition. Alongside her is Sylvester Wowie, my co-host. So, guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you. Muted.
Yes, you are good. You are good. We are hearing you. Okay, so I'd like to say congratulations on winning the most beautiful girl in Liberia. Tell us, how does it feel to wear the crown that you have on your head?
I'm so overwhelmed. I feel like I'm still dreaming. I want to say thank you to the Almighty God for His favor and blessing, because I was competing with too many beautiful ladies, intelligent and everything. But I'm just grateful. Honestly, I don't know. I'm out of words. I don't really want to start crying.
Okay, so let's get to know who Atina Toba is. Who is Atina Toba?
Atina Toba is a girl that has great passion for pageantry. I'm a beauty queen. I'm a student, and now I'm the most beautiful girl in Liberia.
Okay, and let's hear from the organizer, Dorothy. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, tell us, before going to her to give us her own impression, how she feels, her motivation, everything. There might be others out there who don't know about extent of this competition.
Well, most people are like the pageants. I know the name sounds a bit controversial, but it is a platform that we are building to empower young women, to give them the voices, a platform to raise their voices, to be able to, talk about issues that doesn't just affect women, but affect the youth of Liberia. And show that Liberia also has amazing talent, because if you really look deep, most of the big pageant platforms in the world, Liberia is not a part of it, right? So we're trying to build and show to the world that Liberia can have beauty queens that are worth it, beauty queens that are qualified to not just represent the country, but also to represent a bigger platform. So when you see all of the young women that apply to participate in the pageant, first of all, you can't participate in the pageant without having a platform or an advocacy or something that you want to speak about after, especially if you win, right? So all of them submit that, and we run them through that. They will promote it throughout the pageant, and after the pageant, we would hope it would continue. As for the Queen, she's supposed to continue, but for the rest of the contestants, we would hope that they will continue, and we also try to still stay behind them as much as we can to support them. So this platform is mainly about giving women a platform to raise their voices.
So one may ask, what's required, or what are those requirements?
Oh, there are a lot of requirements to be in the pageant.
Okay,
you
what are
have
some of
to
those?
be out of high school, and you must be enrolled in either a university or a trade school. You must be over the age of 18, between 18 to 28. You must not be married. I know that's a bit controversial, but you can't be in the pageant. You cannot have children or be legal guardian of children. You have to be able to at least in a way articulate. And I always tell people, I say we need to be a bit patient with our beauty queens or with anybody that's Liberian, because we are all victims of a terrible educational system. So the fact that we're always expected to speak the best English when you yourself can't even speak the best English, you know what I mean? So, but yes, we still want girls that are intelligent enough to be able to articulate themselves in a way that people will be able to understand them. People that we said we want to give them a platform to raise their voices. How can you raise your voice? Can at least put a few sentences together, you know what I mean? So yes, they need to be qualified in that aspect as well.
Okay. And actually then, wanting to know the reason behind this. I mean, not particularly about the most beautiful girl competition, but usually during pageantry, one of the requirements is don't get married, don't get child, and all of that. What's the essence of that?
It's because when you're married, your first priority, your first priority goes towards your family, your husband. So if he doesn't want you, for example, we will get an opportunity for Atina to travel tomorrow. We don't want anybody standing in the way. And if she had a husband, he would have every right to stop her from going, right? If she had a child and she doesn't have childcare today and she needed to be on the radio station, she can't be passing around with her child. So it's basically, that's why it's not even just biological child. You also cannot be the legal guardian of a minor. Right, so that's basically it, because the queen is always moving around. You never know when opportunities can come or how long they need to stay somewhere or what they need to do. Having a family kind of stops them from doing that. Although Miss Universe 2 years ago opened it up to family, to wife and mothers. So the world is, it's advancing. People are finding ways to incorporate everybody into this.
And that's where I was going. I mean, you who hold a franchise to organize these events are married, parenting to children.
The funny thing about it, my biggest dream in life was to represent Liberia at Miss Universe, right? And I think it's still my dream. I don't know. The moment I got pregnant, my first thought was, oh my God, I have to give up pageantry. So I had to decide either to have an abortion and continue my dream, or have my child and just focus on pushing other women and put the other women in that situation to be the ones to go, and just put myself back. So it's a huge responsibility. For example, right now I cannot get up and just leave the country this evening and leave my child to get my child. And what if I don't have that conversation with my husband and be like, listen, I don't know, but tonight I have a flight and I have to go, and I have to be out of here for 2-3 months.
The agency is, of course, against abortion, but let me ask you this. We know Miss Liberia usually represent Liberia at the Miss World. Most beautiful girl. Where is she going to represent?
So Most Beautiful Girl right now is still working on getting a franchise, and Miss World is part of the franchises that we're working on. So getting a franchise for pageantry is not. It doesn't necessarily mean that once you're Miss this, you're forced to go to this pageant. if most beautiful girl in Liberia get most beautiful girl in Nigeria is the one that goes to Miss World. Most beautiful girl in Nigeria, I think first runner up goes to Miss Universe. But when they have the most beautiful girl in Nigeria pageant, the winner decides which one she wants to go to. So if she decides that she wants to go to Miss World, she will go to Miss World. Then the first runner up will go to the Miss Universe. So we're still fighting and trying to, like I said, it's hard to get franchise in Liberia. First of all, Miss Universe is charging almost $30,000 for the franchise, and the rest of the pageant is charging like maybe $10K for franchises. So we're still pushing and trying to get these franchises for our queen to be able to represent.
It's still because of finances that we don't see that we will represent at these events.
Well, lack of support is a major thing. Obviously, it's huge because right now somebody can trap like even 20K right now. She'll be finding in Miss World this year. You know what I mean?
Okay, let's hear from the most beautiful girl herself, Tina Tobag. Tina, what did inspire you to enter this competition?
So, funny enough, I got a call from my friend, my very good friend. He's my coach as well. I call him my coach, my pageant coach, Abbas. He said, "It's your time." The very first thing when he called me, I answered the phone was like, "It's your time." I'm like, "What do you mean?" He said, "Oh, most beautiful girl application is up, and this is your time where I get this." I was like, I don't really know. I reluctant and just, and he came over, we did the application together and everything, and that was how I started this journey. It's a beautiful thing when you have people that believe in you and see what you don't even see in yourself.
Okay, and how challenging the journey was? How challenging was the journey to get that crown on your head? How challenging it was physically, emotionally, and even mentally?
It was a tough, but also a learning curve for me because I learned a lot, and I'm just grateful. I'm grateful because it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. There are times where I woke up and I was like, I don't think I can make it.
Okay, so there was a moment, during the competition where you almost gave up. Why? Because
was it your first time entering the pageantry?
No, I've been to pageant. I contested for Miss Earth, Liberia 2021, and I made it to top 5. Miss Monserrato 2022, 2023, first runner up.
Okay.
And now I'm here.
That's the most beautiful girl.
Right here.
Okay, a lot of your other contestants, I believe, made several sacrifices. They exerted a lot of efforts, but
Sure.
they did not come through as winner as you are. So one may like to know what personal sacrifice did you make, to get to this level? They want to know what effort you put in, that got you to win.
Those extra things that you put in.
Be different. Be disciplined. Be a timely person. Stand on purpose. If you want something, it shows through everything you do, your time, how you do it, how you go about it. It shows you it.
Okay. And now you are the most beautiful girl in Liberia. Like you said, that name is very, very controversial. But then, in your opinion, what does beauty mean?
Beauty has nothing to do with appearance for me. It's beyond appearance. It has to do with intelligence, your kindness, your belief, how disciplined you are, your morals.
So it doesn't just have to do with physical appearance, like Sylvester Wood would think.
No, and that's what the pageant is about. It's not just, oh, this person is so beautiful physically. It's what this person can, because the judges aren't looking at your face.
Okay.
Basically, they're looking at what you're telling them, what you're selling to them.
Yeah, but her face also look beautiful.
Exactly, that's a plus. You see, if all of our contestants, they're all beautiful young women. So the beauty part is a plus.
Okay. So now, as the most beautiful girl in Liberia, what cause or social issue are you most passionate about?
Equal, quality, and sustainable education for every Liberian child.
Okay, and you want to expound on that. Why do you think that is important?
Education is very, very important. Education is the reason we are all here today. So without education, we can't do nothing. We can't move forward as a nation. And the youth are the heartbeats of Liberia. With guidance, education, and opportunity, I believe they can be able to lead positive change.
Okay, and now you have such a huge platform with you now. So how do you plan on using this platform to make a positive impact in Liberia and globally if possible?
So it's a beautiful thing that I'm under the umbrella of Royalty Entertainment, that they will be able to guide me through everything. And we want to be able to provide essential learning materials for children across Liberia, especially those ones in the rural areas, because it's not easy, from long walking distances, poverty, gender inequality. There are just too many things that is affecting our educational system today. So as Most Beautiful Girl, this is just small can be able to do to put a smile on their face. Imagine getting a book that says "Keep Going" for Most Beautiful Girl. And it's a beautiful thing. We just want to be able to give back to them so that they can be able to dream boldly.
I would just like to add that she's the most beautiful girl. She's the face of, advocacy, right? So, for example, she will use her voice, her face, her platform to be able to encourage her. She's not a politician. She doesn't have the support from like an organization whatsoever. So what she wants to do is to use the platform that she has now to push and encourage people, maybe raise funds, and encourage other people that can afford it to reach out to these girls, outside of wherever they are, or these children that cannot, have access to it. And when she won, I went back on her page and I was looking at the things that she's done, and I saw that she was giving out books and pens and stuff like that. So these are just small gestures that she can raise funds to be able to give back. When school is opening, she can do like a fundraiser program and stuff like that. But she's not the education minister to say, because I know that's what a lot of people think they want you to make a serious change. And no, she's just somebody who will bring it to your attention. The people that can help, she will be the one to bring it to your attention to be able to do the work. And she's also not just working on her platform, even though that's her platform. The organization also, we try to push tourism and other things. She will work on those as well.
And that's going to be my next concern, just before you come in. Now we've got tourism having separated from the Ministry of Information. How connected is your organization with the tourism?
Not to brag or to be cocky, but if you go on that tourism page, you're gonna see a picture of me. So just so you know, we can move around. We can find our way around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So let's talk about the pageant itself a little bit. So how is this Most Beautiful Girl pageant different from other pageant conducted here in Liberia? What makes it distinct?
Somebody told me yesterday, he was like, "Goretti, please, you need to calm down and relax." And I said, I cannot calm down when the pageant is over. My work isn't over. In fact, when the pageant is over, my work just began. The Most Beautiful Girl in Liberia it's a small organization, yet we're still growing, but this is an organization that wants to work with the Queen throughout her reign. This isn't an organization where, okay, the pageant is over, yes, she got her crown, we are done, the event is over, and no. We want to work with her. If you check my past queens, especially Moneta, she will tell you that it was a tough year for her because I was on her back 24/7 week. She needed good branding. We needed to do photo shoots. We needed to do projects. There were so many things that we needed to do. So I think what's different about the Most Beautiful Girl in Liberia Royalty Entertainment organization is that we want to work with our queens. Sometimes not even just our queen. We want to work with all of the queens. For example, I just had a conversation with one of the girls that got into top 5. She got an internship at another radio station, right? So she's not top 3. She's not the queen, but she managed to get that opportunity. So this is what we strive for. Now, in as much as we're looking for brand deals for our queen, we're also looking for brand deals for other contestants that will fit, with businesses. So I think that's what makes our organization unique, because we don't just want to leave. She was suffering my hand this year. She was suffering all of our hands. We'll be on her back because we need her to succeed. Because our success depends on her success.
So how long is she going to keep the crown?
Well, the next Most Beautiful Girl pageant will be in December, so technically a year.
Okay, and in your view, what made her, stood out among her friends, among her fellow contestants?
Huh.
Well, that's still what.
In your personal
In
view.
my opinion,
Yeah.
They're all different in their own way. They're all unique, but for her,
So I think the queen is off. So you just want to.
Yes, let me see if I can just get her on
Yeah.
back.
I think honestly, I haven't really tried to figure that out yet.
So you're trying to figure out what the judges saw that you did.
Yeah, because it was the judges, decision.
Okay.
Yeah, not
But
mine.
you witnessed.
But
you witnessed the
I
competition.
wish I had. I did not get
You
the luxury of watching the show. No, I was
Okay.
backstage running around. But I know the judges did a good job. We told them to use their own thoughts, their own perspective, what they saw, what kind of queen, who they saw and thought that she would be a good queen. That's the queen that they should choose. So yeah, that's that.
Okay. In terms of sponsorship.
In terms of sponsorship, we don't get a lot of support in this country. And I don't even blame the businesses or the corporations, because even they themselves aren't even making money enough to be sponsoring events or sponsoring, empowering young women. But we just would like to say a special thank you to Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation, because they did not just contribute financially to the show. They also promised that the winner will work there as well, maybe to help raise awareness, to help them get their news through, basically working in the PR department. We haven't been confirmed how long, but we're really grateful for the opportunity. We're grateful to State Petroleum Services as well for supporting us. We're grateful to Agri-Ready Incorporated, an agro-processing company, Adelaide, Power Oil. There are so many businesses that supported this journey, and we're hoping to support more. We have Fashion Corner that also has a gift. They're going to be supplying her with perfumes for the next, I think, 3 or 4 months of her reign. Serenity Spa, they're going to be doing all of her beauty services for the next 3 months, her first 3 months of her reign. So we have all of these. We even have beauty salon that's going to be supporting the first runner-up. Going to be supplying all of beauty needs, hair, nails, pedicure, all of the beauty that she needs. So yeah, we have a lot of partners. We also have Media. It's a shoe company. It's a Liberian-owned business where she does high heels. She's also going to be providing pairs of heels to our queen. So yeah.
Okay, and back to the most beautiful girl in Liberia. So if you had the power to change just one thing in the world today, what would that thing be? Just one thing.
In the world.
In the world.
Not just Liberia.
Not just Liberia. In the world.
I like to speak about education because, like I said, education is the key to everything now. If you want to be successful, when we talk about cyberbullying, when we talk about gender-based violence, I feel like when people are educated enough, they'll leave those bad things.
I mean, you keep stressing on education, but you didn't speak much about your own education. Can you just share or truth? Tell a little bit about your own education.
Your education background.
I'm
now.
Senior student in AME University, reading criminal justice law enforcement.
Okay.
Mick, could you just go a little bit back and graduated from which of the school where you started joining?
I started my journey here in Monrovia. I went to Tillman Primary School, and after my dad passed, I relocated from RTB, where I graduated from George B. Gibson United Missouri High School.
That's good.
Okay. Okay, so now another question is that, you know, what responsibilities come with this crown that people may not see, that only you can see?
Discipline.
Discipline. Okay? And we talk about discipline because you've made mention about, you know, discipline over and over in the game. You just want to talk a little bit about the kind of the level of discipline that you exerted in getting to this level.
If you want to be a queen, you should be a timely person. You should be respectful. You should be humble. That's key. Always be able to listen to people.
Okay, and what advice would you give to your fellow contestants who hope, you know, maybe they hope to be they hope to be wearing the crown that you are wearing today, but unfortunately they were not successful. What advice do you have for them? And even those who are harboring that ambition to maybe contest in the most beautiful girl competition for the next step.
Beyond this crown, royalty entertainment taught us sisterhood. So out of the 8 beautiful ladies, or the 6 beautiful ladies that made it to the final, we were sisters.
Okay.
Beyond this crown, we're going to be working together because they all have beautiful platforms. So we're going to be working together. I love you guys so much. I love you guys. Thank you for the sisterhood, the laughter, and those beautiful moments we share together.
What advice do you have for them? As a sister to them.
Now you are the face of all those.
Stay focused, ladies. We got this. Little by little, we will make a great impact together in like this.
Okay. So what's next for you now after this victory?
I'm working with Royalty Entertainment. They are the reason I'm sitting here today to honor and.
Well, the next thing for her is that we need to go to a photo shoot so she can get on the billboard so our time doesn't run out. Yeah, I just want to say a little bit about the discipline that she talked about.
Okay.
Being a beauty queen is very stressful. People don't understand that. You as the beauty queen, sometimes you don't even know how to elaborate on it. It's a pressure, even though you can see them fighting for everything, but it's a huge pressure. For example, she's not even allowed to just go to the club right now and wear anything and go be dancing. Like, she's not allowed to do those things. I'm not saying she can go out and have fun and stuff like that, but there is no way she's gonna do a video of herself twerking and post it on the internet. It's completely against the crown that she wears, you know. So the discipline has to do with, you know, you respecting yourself. Moving. I always tell people, when you look at the royal family from the UK, that's exactly how a beauty queen is supposed to be. The certain nails that you do, the hairstyle that you do. She can't do pink hairstyle and be passing around. She can't, and I'm not saying anything wrong with it. What I'm saying is you have to be in a certain way to follow in the footsteps of what real royalty is. You know what I mean? She cannot do nails that is with all the pearls and orange and flash, you know, like certain things she cannot do now. That's why you see being a queen is so huge, but also there's a simplicity that comes with it because you're supposed to be simple and you're supposed to look presentable.
So are you going to dictate how she appears in public?
Well, I would not dictate, but like I said, she definitely will have to carry herself in a certain way. You know what I mean? For example, she's not wearing trousers that's showing like the entire and then go in the club and be. And I'm not saying she can wear bikini and go to the beach and have fun. I'm just saying she's a queen and she will have to act that way. Yes. Yeah.
Will you also provide our guardians?
Of course, that's why we're here. We will definitely do that. You know, we'll definitely, even people she work with or businesses that will reach out to her, we will definitely be there to guide her through it. And that's why at Royalty Entertainment, we try to go ahead of the queen and find the businesses for her so that people don't try to exploit her.
Okay, so what are your plans for the next edition of this competition?
Right now, my plan, and I'm going to be very honest, is just working with the queen and seeing her success. In the next couple of months, we'll definitely come here again. You can ask me that question.
Okay. All right. So what's so basically you wanted to come in?
Yes, I just wanted to ask something. What is the first thing you got on your plate for the new queen?
Like I said, she has a billboard photo shoot to attend to. That's one. Two, we need to figure out a way to raise funds for her because school is about to close and the next semester will open. And before it does, we want to be able to do a lot of donations, to schools and other to students and stuff like that. Other than that, she's going to be working on other projects. She's going to be working with, for example, iCampus does this thing where they support businesses, they support small businesses and stuff. And I'm partnering with them. She's going to work with them. We have the tourism, the Liberia National Tourism Authority. We're going to find a way that she can be included. There are a lot of things that we want her to do. We just hope we're successful in placing her in these different sectors.
And what's that the relationship you got with the head of the tourism place of government, who is also involved, was pretty involved in this pageantry business years back?
We don't have a relationship, but we know each other, and I have respect for him. He even had the how do you call it? Something for the Miss Beautiful Girl in Liberia pageant, and he gave us the go ahead. So, because the Most Beautiful Girl in Liberia pageant is registered on the Royal Free Entertainment, we also have the copyright, but he has the trademark. So we don't have a relationship, but I definitely know him, and my husband knows him well.
Okay, meaning you are on the right path, and the Most Beautiful Girl is going to deliver.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so Spoon TV Live, Spoon FM 107.5, Fabric 101.1, Super 95.5. We live on all of these platforms. We're also live on Super TV Live and Fabric TV. We're live on our YouTube channel as well. And for those of you watching the show on Spoon TV or on our social media platforms, if you have any questions for the most beautiful girl in the world, just send the question, comment in the comment section, and of course we will bring your question live, and the most beautiful girl in the world will answer your question or questions. And of course, the organizer of the competition itself is here. If you have any question for her as well, you can just insert a question in the comment section. And of course, we will bring that live. But we have Beatrice and Musa. She says she's following the conversation. Edwin G. Jacob is also following the conversation. And we have a lot more people following the conversation on Spoon TV, Fabric TV, and Super TV Live this morning. Now, probably for the Queen, how do you think young women should handle the issue of online criticism? Bullying, as you may call it. Yeah.
That's very important. We have to do more awareness on type of bullying because one type can cause many wounds. And as a young woman, you know yourself. You know who you are. When you look in the mirror, you reflect, you see the real you. So don't be moved by what you see. Because you know you stay true to yourself.
Okay. And what is that secret that keeps you moving, that keeps you always motivated, that keep you pushing yourself? What is that secret? You want to tell the folks listening, maybe youngsters like yourself are listening, and they may just consider that as their secret to work with as well.
This is personal, very personal. I always tell myself that I want to rewrite my story. My story started with a very beautiful page. It started on a very beautiful page, and the end or the middle was tough, but I just want to rewrite my story. I want to make a name for myself and my family.
And how do you intend doing that?
Now I'm getting the opportunity as the most beautiful girl in Liberia.
So that's the starting point.
Yes, I'm committed to using my voice.
Okay. So, any final words for your supporters in Liberia and all of that? And how can you be followed on the social media platforms?
Team Athena, I want to say thank you so much. Thank you so much for believing in me. Thank you so much for the hard work. Coach Abbas, Tampel, Wodemina. I just want to say thank you. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you guys so much. So on social media, Athena Tupa. On Facebook, the same thing, ATEANAH, TOGBAH. Instagram, the same thing.
Okay. I didn't hear you talk much about the coach. I know you started telling the public, all the audience, how the coach motivated you. He started this whole thing.
Yeah, he did.
How you got to meet the coach for the first time?
He has been with me since day one. He took me for Miss Inter High School Magibi. He was the very first person that taught me my walk, and I won that pageant. So he's like my ride or die brother.
Okay, let's hear from Dorothy. And anything you want to make mention of we did not ask, Dorothy?
Just please, follow the Queen on her social media platforms. She's gonna be posting a lot. She's gonna be sharing her journey with you guys. And if you're watching this and you want to collaborate with her, or there's any opportunity that you think you can provide and she can provide you can please reach out to her or reach out to us, royaltyent231@gmail.com. We will be willing. We want her to collaborate with you. And if you have, for example, you have an orphanage home and you're going through an issue, she's willing to talk about the issue and make it public. So whatever issue you're going through, not political, please just reach out to us and we can definitely work our way around it.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. And finally, before leaving you, let me just squeeze this in. So, what message do you want for parents out there to hear about pageantry? Because I see you are very, very interested in pageantry. So, what message do you want parents out there to hear? Because some parents, when they hear about pageantry, they think negative.
Yes.
Yeah. So what message do you want for parents to hear?
I think I said this last time I was on the radio. The stigma behind pageant is so negative and it's so terrible.
Okay.
That even with the girls, they will attest to it. Sometimes when I'm talking to them, I'm like, don't let men take advantage of you. You don't have to get all the most expensive things and stuff like that. Those are the kinds of pieces of advice that I give to these girls. And I want parents to understand that in as much as pageantry has been put in such a negative light, it gives girls so many amazing opportunities. It gives them, imagine your child standing and talking about equal quality education, and they're inspiring other young women to want to be better, to want to be, I feel like any parent will want that. And at Royalty Entertainment, we absolutely do not support girls going wayward or queens doing things they're not supposed to be doing. I remember I went somewhere to beg for a sponsorship, and they told me, they said, beauty queens let to love the people men. And I'm so sorry for the way I put it. And I told them, I said, well, I don't know about their personal lives, but I know that we would never condone such a thing. If we ever heard or saw on the internet that our queen was with somebody's husband or doing something that she's not supposed to be doing, negative, or cussing people out, or just being very ratchet on the internet, it could risk her losing her crown. And that's what I was saying when you asked about it. Yes, it's in her contract. Yeah.
Okay.
So pageant is not as negative as you think. I think maybe when your child is interested in it, do your research on the organization, do your research on the past queens, do your research and try to understand that you can participate. This is personal. This is very personal. I participated in Miss Liberia. Kim second runner up Miss Liberia. I was still a virgin the entire time. So you don't necessarily, I didn't have to do anything terrible. But even after it, I didn't have to do anything terrible. Years after it, before anything happens, right? So it doesn't, you're not, your child is not getting spoiled. Some people get into, I'm not gonna lie, some girls get into pageantry for the wrong reasons. It happens, but not all of them. And I think the girls that don't need to start coming out now. You're listening now, you're one of those girls that don't. You need to start coming out now and making it known because people know more about the negative side than the positive. And I think we need to preach more about, like I said, what a queen is supposed to be, If you think queen, think royalty, think, UK royals and all of that.
I think people got reasons for which they think negative about points because we know even the best that we have in the controversy surrounding it, and one of the organizers who is today heading the tourism sector in the country were accused of too many buys that we can sit here now and talk because they were not proven. Man, what different are you doing as organizer of YouTube pageant?
When you say what different, what do you mean? In what
I mean, the pageant was controversially awarded to Peter Rana, right? Yes, like
oh, you're talking about, oh my God.
Too many things came out
Yeah.
where the organizer were accused of tampering with the contestant and what have you.
Yeah.
So, what different is this organizer doing from what we saw in the Mr. Director?
The good thing is this organization is headed by a female, which is even more safe for the girls. That's one. Two, we don't take nonsense. First of all, let me just talk. I'm a Christian, right? I'm a believer, and I'm not saying I'm perfect and I don't do anything. But we normally, for example, we normally do swimsuit for the pageants. The reason why we did not do swimsuit this year is because we did the pageant at a time where it's a Christian fast. That just tells you how much Christianity and my religion is incorporated into this. Not even just my religion as a whole is incorporated into pageantry. Even when we're dealing with girls, when we're doing a swimsuit competition, we tell them, what are you comfortable with? The first year we had a Muslim girl there who she did not want to do the whole swimsuit thing, so we gave her the chance to do whatever she was comfortable with. So this organization, we do not condone. I don't know exactly what the rumors were that you're talking about, but we do not condone that. And I'm not saying we're perfect or anything because we're still growing, but I was a beauty queen before. I know what it's like to not get the opportunities that I'm supposed to get because of certain reasons. I know what it's like to be a public figure and not be put into certain spaces because you're not doing certain things. And I would not want to put my queen or any of my queens in that position.
And today you are giving back what you did not achieve as a leader.
Exactly.
You spoke earlier about the error you ran into. Do you speak to that error with your queens? Maybe to see how you avoid getting pregnant, by achieving that goal.
Yeah. I mean, well, when I got pregnant, I was 25 years old, almost out of college. So I think it's up to you, looking at your situation and what you think you can achieve. When I got pregnant, it wasn't really an error. It was just me still thinking about
You still
wanting to go for Miss Universe. But I was still achieving. I had one of the most successful Liberian-owned businesses that had gotten grants from USAID, from World Bank, from UNDP. So I wasn't necessarily not far. You know what I mean? I was still successful in a way, and I was when I was pregnant, I was already ready for my,
but
my
that
bachelor's
dream,
degree.
that dream to represent Liberia at a higher level.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. I could have still been sitting here without a child, without a husband, and still not achieve that dream because you cannot really get Miss Universe isn't even accepting Liberia. That's the first thing we need to look at. Miss Universe is not even accepting Liberia. So I could have waited for that dream for the next 10, 15 years.
What's the reason?
Well, first of all, maybe they haven't seen a qualified queen. 1, 2, it's very expensive. Like I said, it's almost $30,000 to just get the franchise for 1 year. Just for 1 year. So which means every year you have to renew that. And I don't see any beauty queen in this country or any organization that can afford that kind of money just for a year. The queen clothes isn't a part of it. The plane ticket isn't a part of it. You know, all of these things are not a part of it. So that's a huge responsibility, a lot of money. And what I did with my money is I invested into an agro-processing company that's doing well for itself. And I also invested into Royalty Entertainment, which I'm very proud of and I feel achieved. And I'm really happy that I'm working with young women. I'm contributing to making these girls' dreams come true.
Man, you explain this story to them and see how they can maybe imitate their example.
Another story I've explained to them a lot is that you don't have to do all the sleeping around and doing this here and there and doing this here and there, you know, like, and I don't judge anybody. Like, if you want to do your thing, but I wouldn't encourage you to do it. I will not condemn you or judge you, but I will not encourage you, right? And another thing I always tell girls I always tell them that they need to focus on marketing themselves in a way that they can get brand deals and stuff, because there was a time in my life where I didn't have a job, I didn't have a business, I didn't have any financial help whatsoever, but just by posting pictures on social media and promoting on social media, I was making a good amount of money for myself. So I didn't have to do anything that I didn't want to do.
Okay. Thank you very much, Guaranteed, and thank you to you, the most beautiful girl in the world, Atina Toba. It's been a wonderful time having you guys here again. I'd like to say congratulations to you. Today you've proven that true beauty goes beyond appearance. It lives in confidence, it lives in character and purpose. So as you wear this crown, remember that you carry the hopes and inspiration of many, many people listening to you right now. Thank you very much. And it's been a wonderful time having you guys in studio.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So folks, that's it. It's 2 minutes up to 10 o'clock. And that's how we like to go home on this edition of the Today Show here on Spoon 107.5. You've been listening to Atina Toba, the winner of the Most Beautiful Girl competition. And she was alongside the organizer of the competition. And they've been here, telling us more about the competition. The winner has been telling us her own impression as it relates to her win. So thank you very much. It's been a wonderful time being here with you. You can join us tomorrow at 8 o'clock for another edition of the Today Show. My name is Yekezi Zubin. And of course, I've been here alongside Sylvester Worry. Any message, final message?
Yes, it was pleasant having the most beautiful girl of here this morning. And of course, the organizer of the Most Beautiful Girl Liberia Beauty Pageant. Hopefully we'll be here tomorrow morning with another fascinating edition of the Today Show.
Okay, so folks, that's it. I'm Yekezi. Worry has been here. Bye-bye.